What's up, guys? It's HB Sports back with another video after a while. And today we're going to talk about the Miami Dolphins 2021 schedule. I'm going to break it down for you. All 17 games, not 16. An extra week this season. I'm hyped. Every NFL fan is hyped up for this schedule release. It came out last night. It was pretty crazy. Of course, every fan looking for their team's schedule. And a lot of big games this season. And hopefully the Dolphins can go to 17-0. Of course, they're going to go 17-0. No doubt about it. But we'll see. Maybe they can make a big push this season. Get that undefeated. Every other team stands no chance. The Bucs, the Chiefs, the Bills, they all stand no chance against the Fins this season. Alright, so before I start, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow, and tell me what videos you want me to make in the future about sports in general or about certain teams. So the Miami Dolphins schedule is out. We got 17 games. We have an extra game at home against the Giants, an interconference matchup there. But to start off with week 1 at 4:25, we got the Pats on the road. I'm happy it's on the road because I don't want them to play the last game of the season in the cold. Just like last year against Buffalo, that did not go well. That was a embarrassing performance. But anyways, I don't like to see my team play in the cold. History suggests we're not that good in terms of playing cold weather, so that won't be happening this year. Looking at the schedule, that's the first thing I find. And usually when I look at the schedule, the first thing I look for is week 1 and then week 17, well, in this case week 18, which is first on the road in week 1 on 4:25 on CBS against the Patriots. I'm pretty excited. Last year the Patriots beat us 21-11. I don't think that'll be the case this year. We'll be prepared. Last year was the other way around. The Patriots were prepared and we kind of got caught off guard. That won't happen this year. Next, week 2 at home against Buffalo. These first 2 games are identical to last year. This will be a good barometer test for us to see where we are compared to the Bills, how much our team has improved. So this will be pretty exciting in the heat. So Buffalo coming down here to Miami in the September weather. That's going to be exciting at 1 o'clock Eastern. Week 3 on the road against Las Vegas. And last year we played Vegas on the road. It would have been nice if they flipped it. Like we had Vegas at home, but again we're going on the road. Tua is gonna face his house of horrors, we'll say. Last year after getting benched, and of course Fitzy doing his magic stuff. Yeah, so that's gonna be exciting. We'll see how Tua can bounce back from last year's struggling performance in that game against a pretty bad Raiders defense. So we'll see. That's at 4:05 Eastern. Week 4 at home against Indianapolis. This is a sneaky good team. I would say Indianapolis is just slightly better than Miami. They're kind of similar in terms of how good they are. Carson Wentz now at the quarterback position for the Colts after Phil Rivers retired. They have a really good defense. They have a great running game led by Jonathan Taylor. They have a couple nice young wide receivers. And overall, they're a pretty solid team. This will be a good challenge for Miami at home week 4. Week 5 at Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I wanted this to be week 1. The week 1 Thursday night game. And of course, they give it to Dallas Cowboys, which, again, I can't believe Dallas has so many primetime games, but that's fine. Week 5 at 1 o'clock against Brady and the Buccaneers. It's not in Miami. We'll see how much Brady has acclimated to the warm weather, because that was his big kryptonite when it came to when he was in New England, playing in Miami in the hot weather. I don't think that'll be an issue that much, but I think it'll be a good challenge. I want to see how Tua stacks up against this vaunted front 7 for the Tampa Bay Bucs. It'll be a pretty exciting game. And week 6, I wouldn't call this a primetime game. Some people do, but 9:30 a.m. only game on the docket for that time in London against the Jacksonville Jaguars led by Trevor Lawrence. This will be exciting. I hope a lot of Dolphins fans show up to this game. Make Trevor Lawrence feel somewhat uncomfortable traveling across the pond to England. It'll be an exciting game, a time refresher at 9:30. It'll be a nice game. Week 7, moving on. No bye week. We're going straight At home at home against Atlanta, Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Kyle Pitts, and that juggernaut of an offense. So we'll see how that fares. I like that we have it at home, but no bye week, so that kind of sucks. Week 8 on the road at 1 o'clock against Buffalo. So both of our games against Buffalo will be done by week 8, and we won't see them again. So we'll see a pretty big game on the road. It is actually on Halloween, so we don't get them in that cold weather unlike last year, which is good, which is really good. So that's week 8. That'll be a tough test. Week 9 against Houston. We'll see how they look. They're probably not that good. The Texans kind of rebuilding other than Deshaun Watson. So that's week 9. That'll be a nice game. Week 10, our first primetime game, baby. Thursday Night Football against, oh boy, it's Baltimore. I wish we had another game. That's all I can say. But Thursday Night Football against the Ravens. Week 10, that'll be on NFL Network and Fox. This will be a pretty marquee matchup. Miami is going to play at home in primetime. And our history against the Ravens is pretty bad. So I'm not excited that we have to play them. But hopefully it'll be a short week for both teams. We'll see if Miami can capitalize against the Ravens. Lamar Jackson and their pretty potent offense. And they have a good defense as well. Well-balanced team. That'll be a good one. Week 11, we face Zach Wilson and the Jets for the first time. We'll see how much better they are compared to last year. So Zach Wilson, the helm, they have a pretty changed team from last year. No more Adam Gase, so of course they'll be better than last year. But I think we should beat the Jets. That shouldn't be a problem. Week 12 at home against the Carolina Panthers. So the Jets don't have Sam Darnold, but the Panthers have Sam Darnold now. Christian McCaffrey, he may be back in terms of his injury by that game. This will be a good game. Carolina coming here to Miami in the heat. It'll be a nice game. Week 13, I am happy that this was our extra game that we got, because now we have 17 games at home against New York. Saquon Barkley may be back, but I literally have absolutely no concerns or worries about playing the Giants. And our bye finally comes during week 14, and I wish it came earlier, but I'm not complaining just because we have a pretty difficult stretch in terms of these last 4 games, because we're going to have to make a playoff push in all likelihood. So we get that bye right before the playoff push. And after the bye, week 15, we're at home to play the Jets on either December 18th or 19th. That'll be a good game. That'll probably be a must-win. We got to beat those teams, especially at home. Our home schedule is clearly easier than our road schedule, so then you got to take advantage of it. So that should be a winnable game. Week 16, our second primetime game on Monday Night Football at 8:15 p.m. During week 16 on the road at New Orleans. And the fact that the Saints have 5 primetime games is ridiculous. And something about primetime games is very frustrating to me, because this year we have 10 teams with 5 primetime games. I mean, the Buffalo Bills, I'm just going to point them out. They don't even have 5 primetime games, which is ridiculous. I think they should be one team with 5, because they're exciting to watch, even though I don't like them. I would like to see them up there. The Cowboys, they have no reason to have 5 primetime games. No one wants to watch them. Dak Prescott's the only reason they're okay. We'll see how they do in general. I don't know. A lot of teams have more primetime games than Miami. I think they're an up-and-coming team. I'm disappointed. No Sunday Night Football this year. So come on, man. We haven't had a Sunday Night Football game in a while. At least 4 or 5 years since we had a meaningful one. So at least we get Monday Night Football at New Orleans. Probably Jameis Winston is going to be there. I guess it will be exciting. The last time we played New Orleans, it was way back in 2013. That was a pretty horrifying performance by Ryan Tannehill. So we'll forget about that. Hopefully this year will be better. Week 17 on the road at Tennessee. Derrick Henry and the Chug. Ryan Tannehill, their aerial attack. A well-balanced offense from Tennessee. Tannehill and Henry leading the charge. We'll see if I think Tennessee will be pretty good, but they lost in the wild card last year to Baltimore. So a little disappointing finish. They'll be pretty good. Miami has to go up there against Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. So Ryan Tannehill is going to be playing his former team. I think this will be, it's the end of the season, so I wouldn't say test, but this is going to be the ultimate test in terms of how good our rush defense is. Last year, it wasn't all that great. And the last 4 or 5 years, we haven't had a consistent run D in a while. So it's important. I think this season we gotta clamp up our run D. And we're going to be facing a lot of really good individual runners, possibly in Derrick Henry in Week 17, Alvin Kamara for the Saints, Saquon Barkley for the Giants, Christian McCaffrey for the Panthers. We got a lot of good running backs on certain teams, especially down the stretch. So our run defense got to show up here. And closing it out, Week 18 at home against the Patriots at 1 o'clock Eastern. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. So January, New England has to come down here to play Miami, possibly up for a playoff game. Possibly both teams could be a playoff game. Possibly it could be for the division. Miami could be playing for the division, or they can be playing for 17-0, of course. That's also a possibility. But we'll see how it goes. That'll be a pretty important game. There got to be something on the line. I don't see there being nothing on the line. So I think this is going to be really important. And overall, for the schedule, it is not an easy schedule. Definitely difficult. I think for some reason these metrics have them as Miami as top 5 or 6 in terms of easiest schedules, just because it's last year's records. But I think most teams on this schedule have definitely gotten better. The only team that I don't think has gotten better is Houston. So I think it'll definitely be difficult. Our road games are not easy. At Tampa Bay, that'll be pretty difficult. Patriots are always difficult on the road in Foxborough. Tennessee is not easy, neither is the Saints or the Bills. So it's going to be definitely a challenge on the road this season, especially with fans. There's going to be fans in every stadium most likely, and some stadiums are going to have full fans. So it's going to be a big test for Tua on this offense, especially. How can they fare on the road against fans? Can Tua take that next step? That's a big question for pretty much every Dolphins fan, including me, everyone, really, all around the league. They want to know how the Dolphins will stack up, especially Tua. And then as per our home games, we have good home games at certain times. Like Week 18, that's nice to have a home game. We got a big Thursday night clash with Baltimore, so all eyes will be on us. Against Indianapolis, against Buffalo, big games again. So these are going to be pretty important home tilts against pretty solid teams. Not as difficult in terms of strength of schedule compared to the road, but definitely we have some tough games coming up at home. So definitely I'm not going to go over game by game and say a prediction because it's just way too early, but I can see us definitely a couple games I can tell we most likely will lose. At Tampa Bay, I don't want to say that we're going to lose, but at Tampa Bay is a difficult game. I think at home against the Colts can trip us up. That'll be difficult. On the road at Buffalo, at home at Baltimore, of course, and then on the road at Tennessee. So I think 5, maybe 6 games is something a good prediction in terms of how many we'll lose. So 11-6, I think our ceiling will be a pretty logical and fair ceiling will be 12-5. I don't know if we can get to 13-4. I think 12-5, 10-7 could be our low, 12-5 could be our ceiling. It'll be pretty exciting. In terms of the national schedule, there's a lot of great games. Of course, we have the Packers and the Chiefs going at it. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers will be there. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Cowboys, of course. First game of the season. That'll be a great game. Rams and 49ers. The Rams are pretty revamped with Matthew Stafford now behind center, so that team will be much improved. There's a ton of good games. Patriots, Bills are playing on Monday Night Football. Overall, every team should pretty much be excited because a lot of teams have improved this offseason. And in just 4 months, the season is starting, so I'm pretty hyped. Let me know what you think of your favorite team in the comment section, and see you later.